Breaking news, y'all. This is crazy. How about Nolan Wells' friends lawyers up with attorney who represented Trump? Y'all, this is crazy. This whole situation with the Nolan Wells case, this is crazy. This is a whole cover up. A whole cover up. But y'all welcome in. Come in the building, smash the like button, y'all. We are going to get into it and we are going to see exactly what is going on with this Nolan Wells situation and them getting Trump. Why are they hiring a lawyer anyway? They said that, they were just friends. They weren't frenemies. They knew Nolan Wells, and according to Nolan Wells' mom said that they don't know them boys. But y'all, let's get into it. Smash the like button as y'all come in the building. Welcome, Carol. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Y'all, welcome in the building, y'all. I'm telling you, it's going crazy. But Nolan Wells' alleged friends went and hired Trump's lawyers in order to do whatever they're trying to conjugate, you guys. Hey, Pearl Glenn, how are you? Welcome in the building. Welcome, everybody. We got to do a check-in. Y'all know I have not went live in a very, very, very long time. So tell me how y'all's day was on a scale of 1 to 10. Let's do a check-in, family. Carol, Pearl, everybody that's in the building, let's do a check-in. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today on a scale from 1 to 10? How are y'all doing? Hold on, let me see something real quick. Hold on, then we're going to get into it because TMZ just put out an article and I said, these jokers is crazy. These jokers is really, really, really crazy. But hold on just a second, y'all. Hold up. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got Curl got a 10. Pearl got a 10. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. We got some 10s in the building, y'all. We got some 10s in the building. Okay, y'all, we gonna get into it. So, let me hold on just a second, you guys. Hold up just a minute, y'all. Okay, so TMZ, they just released the article and they just released it not too long ago. And it says Nolan Wells' friends lawyers up with attorney who rep Trump. So y'all, let's get into it. Because I'm telling you, this situation is crazy, crazy, crazy. So it says Nolan Wells' friends have had enough of being accused online over his death. And they're bringing in one of Trump's heavy hitters to fight back. I want to say this too. Let me just go ahead and say this, y'all. I believe that TMZ is kind of muddying the waters a little bit to a certain extent, in my opinion, y'all, because they have been putting up some crazy stuff. Just things that I'm like, are you serious? Really, TMZ? Like, are you serious? You being like really disrespectful in a time where Nolan's family have suffered this loss with Nolan Wells. Nolan Wells, all they want, Nolan Wells' mother, is to get justice. And y'all, do y'all know that these crazy people went and tried to make some accusations against Nolan Wells' mother, and they tried to take her license, her nursing license. These people are very, very sick and very delusional. They are very delulu. I don't know what in the world. I just have no idea. But y'all, let's continue. So anyway, it says, but y'all, that guess what? That dropped. So they said just a few hours ago, they dropped that, I guess, accusation, lawsuit, or whatever. We knew it wasn't going to stick. We already knew that everything that they're saying about Nolan Wells' mother's only because she's asking questions is nothing but fabricated lies. But y'all, let's continue. So it says the Officer Tatum show, which we know Officer Tatum, we know he's a liar that stole Christmas. We know he's trying to be a whole Uncle Tom during survival. But y'all, let's continue. The Officer Tatum show host Brandon Tatum reports attorney J. Tyler Cox, who represents three of the young men caught up in the case, has enlisted prominent defamation lawyer Edward Andrew Palsky to help defend their names. Why do you need to get your name? Why do y'all need to defend your names? I thought y'all were his friends. I thought you guys were his friends, and you knew Nolan's mom, and you've been knowing them since elementary school or back since 1942. I mean, if you guys are Nolan's friends, why didn't y'all go to the funeral? Why didn't you guys go and console Nolan's mother if you guys all said you guys knew Nolan's mother? I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the situation. It sounds a little fishy to me. Anyway, it says Palzik has represented Trump in high-profile legal battles against CBS, Paramount, the New York Times, and the BBC. So it says, Tatum says the new legal muscle sends an unmistakable warning to anyone continue to spread what he calls reckless and damaging allegations. Be prepared to defend those claims in court. See, one thing that people don't know, that whenever you try to sue somebody, either way it goes, you have to have what's called discovery. Now, if everybody is out here on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, X, and whatever other platforms that everybody is talking about this, right? The lawyers have to provide proof and evidence that they, are doing like the opposite, right? Like what you're saying, like if I'm saying that you believe that Nolan's friends unalive Nolan. Okay, where's the proof that he didn't? Where is any kind of proof at, right? Where is any kind of proof at? Y'all have not went and y'all have not did no type of investigation. Y'all didn't arrest any of those boys. Y'all didn't send out warrants. Y'all didn't send out any search warrants. Y'all didn't look in the boat, do any search warrants. Y'all didn't do none of that. What about the boat tow call? Did y'all pull that boat tow call? I mean, we heard the boat tow call over, of course, all over YouTube and all over, TikTok and all these other platforms. But did the actual police investigators go and get it? Because it took for Janetta to go get that boat tow tape to enhance the video, put the audio in the background of what was being said. And what was being said in the background was, "Damn it, Bart," wake up, Nolan's dead, and like all kind of other stuff, right? This is just from the boat tow enhanced call that Janetta enhanced. But y'all, anyway, let's continue, because these children of the corn is doing the most. He says the young men should be mourning Nolan, not fighting for their reputations and their futures, and directed followers to a legal fund supporting their defense. Why in the Waka Flocka Flame are you, as his friends, making a GoFundMe, right? Why are you making a GoFundMe to raise money? I believe people are saying, now let me say, this is allegedly, and all this is allegedly, this is just my reaction to this situation. They are saying the GoFundMe is nothing but hush money. Think about it like this, you guys. They're saying, oh, if anybody knows anything, just call this number, right? But when you call the number and you give the information, they're going to try to offer you money to basically shut up. Like they're going to say, oh, I know that I seen Nolan Wells and blah, blah, blah on the boat. And we seen blah, blah, blah fighting Nolan. And we seen him knock Nolan's head, this. And then they're going to try to pay them some hush money so they can shut up and not give that information out. If you guys, excuse me, are picking up what they're putting down, they are trying to hide this. Why are you going to get GoFundMes? Why are you trying to get lawyers? Why did y'all all lawyer up? If one of my friends passed away and I know I ain't had nothing to do with it, I'm going to be providing all the evidence, all the proof. You can ask me a million questions. I'm going to provide everything possible to find out what happened to my friend. How did he die, right? But this is what they're not doing. But they're also saying that the triple K, if you guys know what I mean, are still active and hot and heavy. And also a mafia down there is hot and heavy because, look, because everybody is trying to keep their lips, like loose lips sink ships. And they're trying to keep all of this information under wraps. And y'all know Trace said, we're a tight knit family, tight knit group of people down here in Mississippi. Y'all don't know who y'all messing with. Why do you think he said that? Why do you also think that when the guy went on the Don Lemon show, he said the same thing basically that Tracy said. He was like, basically, it's all right for them to be, like racist as long as it's not like out in the open or something to that. But y'all, I'm gonna play y'all that video too. But let's continue reading this TMZ article. So it says, okay, let me start over real quick. It says he says the young men should be mourning Nolan, not fighting for their reputations and futures, and directed followers to a legal fund supporting their defense. The legal fund was set up by Dr. Benjamin Hudson in support of his son Warren, as well as Jax Patalo and Morgan Seymour, two other friends of Nolan. It says, as TMZ previously reported, Nolan's friend Bart Edmondson Jr. has already fired off a cease and desist letter to OnlyFans model Kimbra Lee, accusing her of falsely linking him to Nolan's death and an alleged cover-up. Let me say something. They thought that they can punk Kimbra. They thought that they can tell Kimbra to shut up because Kimbra is doing too much investigating, which they're not doing. Kimbra is basically doing their job. She is putting two and two together. She's adding it up. It's equaling four. And now they are upset. They do not want everything that Kimbra is saying and everybody else is saying to get out certain things. Whenever you hit a nerve on something and somebody, a situation, y'all know that they will try to throw them cease and desist letters out there to try to shut you up. They try to shut Willie D up. They try to shut Queen's Flip, I think it is. They tried to silence Kimbra. Whenever a nerve is being hit and they're getting closer to what's happening, they just be like, oh, we're going to try to throw the cease and desist letter. But didn't Al Sharpton tell them, bring it on? Because if you're trying to sue, let you try to sue. If you want to sign up for that program, Al Sharpton says, sure, but I don't think you should. Because if you're trying to sign up for that program, you're going to have to owe us a whole bunch of discovery that you guys are trying to cover up that y'all don't want out. And then I also ran across this DA. He was a head DA somewhere, and I'll play that video. He was a head DA, and guess what he said? He said the DA in Mississippi is not doing anything that she should be doing. She ain't had no press conference, and I didn't think about it. Hey, everybody, welcome in. I see Black Anonymous, TY, Aina Moon. Welcome in, everybody. I didn't think about this, y'all. Put a one in the chat if y'all heard about this, or if y'all thought about it, or if y'all didn't. Put a yes or no in the chat. This DA in Mississippi, guess what? She has not held a press conference. She has not held a press conference to inform the community of what is going on. She ain't said nothing.